summer long ago, a little seed was sown by a farmer with no shade. The hourglass of time, he watched it slowly climb, while he began to fade, and we never see the shade from our trees. I sat beneath the tree, a canopy of leaves to block the summer sun. The branches reach so high, stretching toward the sky. I leaned against the trunk, and we never see the shade from our trees, and we never see the shade from our trees. I never meant to say I love you. I never meant to lead you on. But sometimes pride can get the best of me and drag the rest of me along. We leave behind the stains of battle, count the dead and grieve the loss. A civil war without a victor. I never really cared about the loss. If there's a town beyond the sky where they greet you by and by, I will stay down here and hide. No, I will never meet you in the light. found the door that leads to nothing. I crossed the threshold once or twice, but there was nothing in the nothingness, not just the absence of light. There was a whisper in the shadows, and there was writing on the wall. And soon the curtains had been drawn apart. I braced my body for the fall. If there's a town beyond the sky where they greet you by and by, I will stay down here and hide. No, I will never meet you in the light. Please forgive me if I'm broken. It wasn't you who lit the spark. I've glued the pieces back together as many times as I've fallen apart. If there's a town beyond the sunrise, I hope they let you through the door. But me, I'm walking down the darker road. At least I know what lies in store. In the twilight of summer, you shook like a leaf, then blew to the ground in a pile at my feet. I picked you up, we fell into place. On the park bench in silence, we spoke with no words. You held me like water to placate your thirst, your lifeboat, your anchor, and your perfect mistake. The white coat of winter you wore like a veil, thin as a whisper but sharp as a nail. The wind on the river is calling your name in a voice so tame. Be my light, my flickering flame. In the bell tower basement beneath the cold world, the feelings you'd bunched up so gently unfurled. You held me close, I tried to hold on. The next cloudy morning you woke in my arms. I made you some coffee, you showed me your scars, and I knew one day that I'd be your next. The stray light was running, you touched me and said, as young as I was, I felt older back then. Two parallel lines on an infinite plane, trying to cross in vain. flickering flame. Are thawing and flowing again. The ice that was frozen is slowly beginning to move down the river as it had to be. There's a lake in the country where dreams go to die. It's flooding the banks where it once had been dry. The petrified spirits are finally free. No flame is eternal, it just takes a drip. No life is forever, it's all just a blip. The ashes were carried on down to the drain by the callous rain. Say good night, my flickering flame. But you're already awake. With no warning, the sky can crack and take something that you never can get back. It leaves a hole that can't be filled. Time will let your heart rebuild. The atom bomb is now just glowing embers. With every dawn I'm feeling stronger still. But despite the slow decay, it never goes away. The slow, hypnotic, asymptotic slide toward letting go. The time passes in measured steps. Most days are better than the rest. One day it's a faded scar, so small but a part of who you are. And though that scar will never heal, the mind distorts and time conceals. The atom bomb is now just glowing embers. With every dawn I'm feeling Despite the slow decay, it never goes away. The slow hypnotic asymptotic slide toward letting go. The half-life is a dull knife with a blade of rusty steel. The memory that's part of me, it never really heals. Every day it's dimming as the cloud around is thinning, but the pain, it still is stinging when I sleep. The atom bomb is now just glowing embers. With every dawn, I'm feeling stronger still. But despite the slow decay, it never goes